Welcome back and welcome front, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me. As you can tell from my voice, I am getting better. Thank you so much to everyone who sent me well wishes. And if you didn't know, I had the flu for about a week, but I am slowly shedding that bad boy away. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Hook, and also we're going to take a look at Long Haul. And these guys are from the Mecha Invasion G2 Devastator Giant Legion gift set. Wow, what a mouthful. It contains all 6 Constructicons, but I've been splitting the videos up into 2x2x2. And this is going to be 3 of 4 because in the Quattro one, we're going to do the whole combination sequence. But for today, I'm going to just show you how to turn them into their bot modes. All right, so let's start with Long Haul, man. Man, I think this guy might be my favorite from the set, dude. He's so imposing. He's so imposing and big. And he's not big like the Jenny Kregatron Combiner Wars version of Long Haul. No, he's something different. He's something different, and he does a lot of things right. Some of the transformation actually reminds me of Generations Toys' Devastator, their gravity builder. Later on became popularized by the Jinbao Stator and whatnot. But yeah, something about this, especially the way these things kind of like move, they definitely give off that vibe. And there have been some rumors stating that this is actually Generations Toys' Devastator, that they're just going by another name right now. And that could be true. I don't know. You know, it's kind of like that with third party a lot of the times, right? And so I'm just kind of untapping and straightening stuff out and just preparing. The transformation is a tiny bit involved, but it's not crazy involved. It's just there's certain sequences of operation that you have to observe because things are tabbed in and stuff like that. And so once you've done all of that, you can start kind of like peeling this away, and that's really buttery. It's buttery where it needs to be and not where it doesn't. There are ratchets where it needs to be, and it's just like beautifully speckled throughout, just so intelligently done. And that's kind of like the theme about this whole set. You know, it's just really intelligent. I don't know how else to say it. It's just so smart, so artistic, and very fun to play with. I'm trying to remember right now this bit. Oh yeah, this is going to become the chest, and this section right over here is actually you know what, I'm going to adjust the camera angle 1 second. All right, that's much better. Give him a little bit of extra height. And so what we're going to do over here is we're going to spin the waist like so. That's nice. That's nice, man, dude. Look at that clear text that you can read. Caution over there, down over here. The paint is absolutely brilliant. No overspray. Very high quality QC. Just really well done. Manufacturing parts feel so good. Like I can't endorse this set enough. Like these guys are straight magical. And then you untap that tire. It's rare that I call something magical, but these guys are. And then we'll get that in there and we'll separate it. And I love that. I love the way the legs are, excuse me, the tires and stuff and all the other bits of the truck. Come on, there we go. How they all kind of like hide all this like rest of the stuff. Swings back, and then it will, once you rotate it properly, it will tab in there, Jer. I love that. I love that. Looking good. Looking good, Elijah Wood. Covering all those gaps and stuff like that. And again, this will, in combined mode, this will become the waist. But in bot mode, it's going to become the chest. And I think that's just really clever. What else is clever? We're going to undo these arms like up here, and they're also tabbed in right there. And as you kind of like fish this out, I'm probably He-Manning something over here, probably not doing it right. This bit is down here. You're going to lift this up. That's kind of like a locking mechanism. And then we'll be able to swing the arm down like that. I probably missed a step over here. I probably should have turned this around. Yeah. And you can see the chest crest is already kind of hidden there, and that's pretty cool. You're going to open the tires up just for a second. Is that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to... Sorry, man. I've been transforming a lot of things, and my brain is... my cup overflow with my friends. It's like I'll memorize something, and then I'll forget it. There we go. There we go. Look at those beefcake arms, dude. Look at these beefy, burly Burrito Supreme arms. So nice. So nice. And then so we're going to get this bit. I think it's just like that. Yeah, it sits down. And then what's going to happen is this piece, this entire piece will fold out. And it will hold that chest crest in place. And after this is there, you're going to fold in the tires, and there are two little teeth over here that will tab in and hold that in securely. So again, just the tiny little things that they've thought about. And head sculpt looks good. In the back right now, they do have like big old vacancies because that's where you put the electronics. I'm not going to put them in mine. So you can see he's right there. And then the final touches is you bring this up, situate that right there, and then bring those and set those into the cavities. And they will all tab in properly once you get them right. There we go. Yeah. And that is the longest of hauls. All right, man. Why you do that, man? One more time. Boom. The longest of hauls. Nice. Nice. He's so beefcake, so burly, and he looks strong and not fat. I mean, nothing wrong with being fat. I'm not trying to fat shame or nothing like that. But this guy just looks like he's some type of football player. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, he's wild. He's absolutely wild, dude. So good, so good. And I love the asymmetry that you see in the shoulders. And who would have thunk to use the little cockpit, the little cabin area of long haul to become the shoulder? I mean, these guys, right? And ooh, so good. Oh, so good. Oh man, yeah, baby. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I don't think he has an ankle spin. He has a tilt, but no spin, so you can't move the foot around. But still, that's not too bad. Yeah, he doesn't have any ratchets there or anything like that, but friction, it's good enough. And these legs, these hips are going to be the hips of Devastator, and they are perfectly tight. Not too tight and not too loose, just, I don't know, they must have done a lot of QC on it, and like load bearing and load testing and stuff. And so great job. Just absolutely great job. Yeah, this guy might be my favorite from the set. Hook is really good too. And yeah, now that we've kind of said his name, why don't we bring him out and let's transform him. All right, so now let's work on Hook. As I start kind of untabbing and prepping this guy for transformation, I will say of all the different Constructicons, his bot mode, or not bot mode, excuse me, his combined mode probably is the most kind of like confounding to get. But there's a couple of tips and tricks, and once you observe them, it makes it easier. But yeah, I will say this is probably the most difficult one. Not necessarily because of the engineering, it's because how things kind of like slip in and slip out. But we'll get to that in the last video. I think the legs just split. And oh yeah, I remember what it is. I told you, dude, my cup overfloweth. My old brain can only hold in so many things at once. So you bring this up, and then this will all rock down. And by the way, this is just on there's no screw here. This is just a post and port, and it's meant to be like, the reason why there's no screw is that during the transformation, the combined mode, this will sometimes have a tendency to pop off just because of the way it has to flex. It's done intentionally. And so in the event that you're transforming him into torso mode and this thing kind of pops off, don't worry, it's not broken. It's just kind of meant to do that, okay? But it can totally be done without it popping off or anything. Then you just open that back up and wait a minute. I'm like, wait, oh, okay. Got flummoxed for a second. Cool, right? And then this will just fold down. Isn't that neat? Isn't that neat, just to become like the kneecap and stuff? I will say for homeboy over here, this is where his foot is, right? And so it's cool that you can do that, but getting the foot out, the toe out, is kind of tough, dude. So where's my trusty spudger? So what I do is basically this little hole, you got to kind of press and get the toe out. Otherwise, at least for me, I haven't found a really good way of doing that. So that's probably one of my chief gripes with this guy in robot mode. In combined mode, he has a couple areas that can be perceived as somewhat confounding, but all of those later. Yeah, cool, right? How everything just kind of unfolds, and then everything will lock in. There you go. There you go. So the weight is properly borne by all of the different tabs and locking mechanisms. And see, oh, hey, that kind of worked. If you can get your nail in there and press down, I guess that also works. All right. It's not that bad then. Later on, you do have to pop these off of their sockets, pull them out of their hips. That's tough. That's a rough ride later. Just letting you know, okay? One area that I forgot is this arm, this piece, you got to fold down. And I think it automatically just folds down over here. Okay, cool. And then from here, what we're going to do is we start bringing this down. This is the Devastator head, by the way. We will hinge that back, bring the head up, and then this whole contraption will come down, and it will kind of like tab in place. But the back, this will all lock in over here, and that makes it very, very, very secure. Just, what the heck? Yo, there's a crazy noise outside my office right now. Ain't nobody here. What the heck? I'm tripping out, man. Tripping out. Oh, that was a very weird noise. It's dude, it sounded like, dude, it was a freaky noise. What was that? I know nobody's here because I checked the parking lot. I'm the only one here right now, other than the security guard, and he don't come upstairs. Okay. Here we are. Here we are. Magnificent, isn't he? Man, I know long haul's good too, but dude, he's dope, man. I love the legs, the way they come together, the way everything like fills out, doesn't feel hollow, even though I know it is hollow and it has to be for the sake of transformation, but they do a great job with the illusion. You can't really tell at all, man. And I was kind of complaining about the feet, but this one kind of worked out, so I'll kind of dial that back a little bit. Chest, everything looks really good. The way the head is hidden in there, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know, you know what I mean? Great details, design, great printing. My guess is that these guys have their own factory or something, and they're just kind of going out of their way to make sure that everything is of the utmost high, pristine quality. He does have this over here, but that's really more for combined mode. This over here also swivels and stuff, but more for combined mode because this can also flip over and this becomes a blaster, and he has a scope over here. That's wild. Absolutely wild, right? And so, yeah, you don't really see any hollow bits. He's also adorned with ratchets where he needs to be, where he needs them, and swivels where he needs them as well. They're not the most articulated in that, like, you may not be able to get, like, a double knee or elbow and stuff, but I don't know, man. They do the job. They do. And some people online were saying that they're like, oh, this looks cheap and stuff like that. I don't know, man. Maybe the pictures, maybe because the plastic seems very bright and it may appear to be that way, but I assure you, it absolutely is not. It's one of the most sturdiest and well-built and manufactured Devastators out there, third-party wise. And I would encourage you to put it to the test, you know, Pepsi Challenge, Taster's Choice, or whatever it is, dude. These guys are really good. Let me bring Long Haul back into the shot and we can wrap up the video, okay? All right, here we have the dynamic duo that was originally packaged in a 2-pack, and he's a biggie. I get it, Tupac, biggie, hot? No, anyway, rest in peace. But yeah, these guys are from the 6-bot set, the G2 version of Giant Legion from Mecha Invasion, and this is video number 3 of 4, and the final one, Quattro. We're going to combine them into G2 Devastators, so stick around for that next video, probably drop in a couple of days. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for your generous donation of time. Bye-bye.